Here's the President of the United States. Listen here. This is the President just after the election in 2012 promising if Congress wants information about Benghazi, they will get it.
We have provided every bit of information that we have, and we will continue to provide information, and we've got a full-blown investigation.
That's the President talking just after the election in 2012. We'll have a full-blown investigation. We'll give them what they want. The email that came out last week from Ben Rhodes was only released because of a lawsuit from a conservative group called Judicial Watch. It's about preparing Ambassador Rice for the Sunday shows. It does talk about Benghazi. But listen to Jay Carney at one of several contentious White House briefings on this point, saying this email was not covered by the subpoenas.
Because all of the documents, the thousands and thousands of pages of documents, including emails around the creation of the Benghazi talking points, which were amply reported on, were about Benghazi. And this document, as I said, was explicitly not about Benghazi, but about the general dynamic in the Arab or in the Muslim world at the time.
That argument, however, from Jay Carney at the White House podium, undercut by the Obama administration's own State Department, which, when it sent that email, the Ben Rhodes email, up to Congress, said in a letter that it was responsive to the committee's subpoenas. So the question at the table is, we know the White House, Ben Rhodes, right before an election, was trying to defend and protect the image of the president. No breaking news there. That's what political staff does. We know the White House, in my view anyway, flunked the transparency test and the Politics 101. If there are documents, get them out as early as possible. But is this, Manu, Congress now, they say they want John Kerry to testify about why we didn't get this sooner. They're forming a new select committee. Is that just let's drive up Republican-based turnout, or is this some policy, some factual smoking gun?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, remember, for a while, Republicans have been pushing for the select committee, the hawkish Republicans like Lindsey Graham, John McCain. In some ways, the creation of the select committee is dissatisfaction with the way the current investigation is going, led by Chairman Darrell Issa. The concern is that Republicans believe, a lot of them believe that they have not really drawn much blood from the White House yet. And if there is this select committee digging and digging and digging, they will get to the bottom of how this happened. They'll get to the bottom of the White House and the administration's explanation of what happened immediately afterwards, and they'll bring people forward, but like Hillary Clinton potentially, right in the middle of this election year, and certainly can drive up.
But that's what to me makes the White House decision, and I get it. They have contempt for Congress. Period. A lot of Democrats will say this White House doesn't even like them, but they don't like this oversight process. They think, and they could make a case that Issa has overstepped on a number of occasions. But if you have a document that you know it talks about this, you know what it's going to do. Why not put it out forever ago? Why give the Republicans this?
Give the Republicans this, and also you can't, as to your point about transparency test, you can't selectively decide what in a subpoena you're going to respond to and what you're not going to respond to. That was a huge error. Manu is absolutely right that this is a little bit of both. It remains to be seen what else they will draw from this. The relevance of Kerry's testimony is debatable, but Hillary Clinton's certainly would be relevant. This will all be falling at the time when Hillary Clinton is beginning to become public again, which is very important. And it's also worth remembering her book is going to focus not in small degree on Benghazi and what happened. And so how that matches up with what ends up coming out of this committee is going to be interesting too.
But it's definitely great campaign fodder for the Republicans for their base. But you have to understand the conservative psyche here a little bit too. I think there is still to this day regret that Mitt Romney did not embrace this issue more in the fall of 2012. And you can call that a bit of revisionism, but I think they're so convinced that this is something, that this was something then, and there's regret that he did not use more of it in 2012. And so why is it, in May of 2014, it's still here? I think because there's still frustration that Obama got reelected, in part because Mitt didn't use this.
That does go to the point that this really is, at least at this point, a base issue very much. It's not like you see the American public clamoring for more information about Benghazi en masse. When you look at the polls, people are concerned about the economy, just as we were talking about
if
before.
Substantive information came out about something they did wrong, as opposed to just, I think everybody knows they wish they could have acted faster. There's a big bureaucracy at the State Department, the communications back and forth between everybody in the Pentagon. You know, that situation.
But this will be It's going to be a huge exactly. This is going to be a huge distraction this year.
For no reason, it was avoidable.
Right.
That's
self-inflicted.
That's
political. You know the Republicans are fixated on this. Then why wouldn't you put everything out?
Just get it over with.
Because you're enabling them.